All right, ladies and gentlemen who are on Zoom, let me just give you a couple of instructions before we get started. Make sure that your microphones are on mute while you're on this session, and at all times your camera has to be on. If your camera is not on and you cannot turn it on, then we will log you off this Zoom. You'll have to log back in. Also, additional information that you need to have, make sure that you're stationary. If you are in a vehicle, you must pull over to the side of the road. We will not speak to you if you're driving while you're on this Zoom. Also, if you are Mr. Blash, I need you to turn your microphone off. Also, this is a court session, so you have to treat it just like you're personally in court. We cannot have any covers on our head. So gentlemen, if you have a hat on, you must take your hat off. And Mr. Spratling, I don't know what location you're in, but we can only see your background. We can't make your face out. So if you can get into a better place, okay, that's good. We got you. All right, so stand by. We got people on the Zoom and we have people in person in court. I'm going to give some instructions that will apply to all of you. So make sure that you listen up for those instructions. Who's your class? So you plead not guilty, you've already filed an answer, is that correct? Yeah. You make the request for discovery? Yeah. So we will get you a new court date, and then we can get you a body here. I do need Mr. Trejo to fill out a police sheet. Okay. So get rid of that, get you a court date.
I'll wait till it gets here.
Okay. Just bring it, yeah, just bring it back up to me and then I'll get your court date, get you out.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't know if I was coming in person.
She should be standing in person for 1 o'clock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call the calendar in just a second. I'm going to give you some instructions before I do that, but let me start first by, hay gente aquí que necesitan ayuda en español, que no hablan inglés. Ok, hágame un favor, siéntate en este lado de la corte, porque yo pienso que el intérprete va a venir para hablar con ustedes personalmente. Anybody who needs help in Spanish, please sit on your left side, my right side. So, cuando ella viene, entonces ella va a explicar todo lo que está pasando hoy. Yo voy a hablar con la gente en inglés para explicarlo en inglés, okay? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today is an arraignment date, meaning that the only thing we're expecting for you to do today is let us know how you plan on proceeding with your charges. There is a plea form that we ask you to fill out, initial out next to all of those sentences, and then circle or check one of the options at the bottom of that form, guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere. Make sure that you read through that plea form because it tells you what your rights are before the court. We want to make sure that you understand those rights prior to entering your plea. Your options, guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere. If you plead guilty today, of course, you're accepting responsibility for whatever you were charged with. You will receive your sentence today. That may be a fine, it may be some additional things. It just depends on what you were charged with and what Georgia law says or the city code says in reference to that charge. But you'll be done with the court side of things today, meaning you will not have to come back to this courtroom for that charge after today. Next option is not guilty. If you make that choice, you're telling us that what you want is a bench trial before the judge. The judge will be the trier of fact. We will reset you for a trial date. You will come back on that day. That is a day that you will have the opportunity to cross-examine the officer. As you can see, the officers are not present in court because it's an arraignment. They're not required to be here. But you can present any evidence that you have. You can bring any witnesses you want to testify on your behalf. That will occur on your trial. We're not looking at documents today. We're not hearing arguments today. We're not listening to what the officer did or did not do wrong on the side of the road. We just want to know how you plan on proceeding. So if you are going to plead not guilty, we will reset you for a trial. You'll come back. We'll have everything prepared. Again, bring your witnesses, bring your documents, make your arguments, cross-examine the officer. All that stuff will happen when you come back. Again, for the second time, because I want to make sure everybody understands this. We're not looking at documents. We're not listening to argument. The only thing we want to know is what your plea is. The last option that you have there is nolo contendere. If you plead nolo, you are trying to avoid points against your license. Nolos avoid points being assessed against your license. So if you got charged with a moving violation, if you were charged with something like driving, following too close, exceeding the speed limit, failure to stop at a stop sign, those are all moving violations. And in the state of Georgia, every moving violation, with the exception of a few, comes with points. To avoid those points from being assessed against your license, you have to plead nolo. If you plead guilty or if you're found guilty after a trial, points will be assessed. There are also moving violations that will suspend your license. It's not within the court's discretion to allow you to keep your license if you're found guilty after a trial, or if you plead guilty to these offenses, your license will be suspended. We have no choice in doing that. The three most suspendable offenses that we see here in court are driving without insurance. It's absolutely illegal in the state of Georgia not to have insurance on the vehicle that you're driving. Whether it's your vehicle or not, it does not matter. The law assumes that if you're in possession of a vehicle, then you're responsible for that vehicle and you know everything that's going on with it. So whether the vehicle is in somebody else's name, you get pulled over for something and they find out there's no insurance on it, you get the ticket, it's your responsibility. So that is a suspendable offense. If you plead nolo, you avoid the suspension of your license on that charge. Driving on suspended, canceled, or revoked registration is a suspendable offense. So if you got that charge, you may want to consider a nolo to keep your license from being suspended. Also, driving on an already suspended license extends the time that your license is suspended for an additional 6 months. So if you're eligible to get your license because it's suspended and you're eligible in 2 months, add another 6 to it if you're found guilty or if you plead guilty to that offense. A nolo will stop the suspension on all three of those charges. So if you fall into the category where you were charged with any one of those three that I just named, you may want to consider a nolo. As far as being eligible, you cannot have used a nolo within the last 5 years to be eligible. That means that if you went to court in Jonesboro because you got a ticket there and you entered a nolo there within the last 5 years, you cannot use it here in Forest Park today. 5 years has to expire since the last time you used it. So hopefully you guys remember when the last time you used a nolo was, but if you don't, we will have your driving history. We can verify that. If you think you may be eligible, go ahead and say nolo. We'll mark it down. We'll check your driving history to see that you're eligible. If you're not, your options go back down to not guilty or guilty. All right. I'm going to call the calendar. If I call your name, please make your announcement as to your plea: guilty, not guilty, nolo contendere. There are some people who may want a jury trial. So if you do want a jury trial, you can ask that your case be bound over to the state court of Clayton County. We'll be happy to do that. The only thing we cannot bind over is a municipal charge. So if you were charged with a city ordinance violation, that has to stay here. We cannot send that over to state court. But anything else we can bind over. All right, so I'll go ahead and start calling names. Miss Ida. Miss Ida, I'll come back around and get yours so they don't have to make an announcement if I call the name. Yeah. Mercedes Adams.
All rise. Municipal Court of Forest Park is now in session. Honorable Judge Freeman presiding.
Please be seated.
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't hear them out. Go ahead. I did.
Mercedes Adams, FTA. Naisha Broughton, FTA. Yes. David Cano. Would you please, sir? Not guilty. Thank you. David. No, that was you. You got 2 charges. You're not guilty on both of them, correct? Okay. Ana Cora Salome. Thank you, ma'am. Galindo Christian, FTA. And if you're online, just unmute your device if you hear your name called and let me know what your plea is. Bobby Daniels.
Solo.
Thank you, sir. Eunice Drummond. What's your plea, ma'am?
Guilty, not guilty, or no law.
Okay. Xavier Goodwine. FTA. Charlotte Green. Thank you, ma'am. America Guerrero was reset. Bao Ha. Would you please, sir? Thank you. Maya Jenkins. FTA. Tyrone Jenkins. Thank you, sir. William Johnson. Sorry, paid. Garneros Jorge Francisco. Okay, we'll hold. Thank you. Diamond Key. FTA. Valerie McKee. FTA. Jorge Martinez. That's fine. We'll hold on that one too.
Lucy,
Jorge Martinez. Señor Martinez?
presente.
Ida, do you have a Mr. Martinez over there too? Is he Jorge also?
He online.
Okay, Mr. Spratling, we got him. Thank you.
Martin.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna hold on both of them. There's one online also, Miss Ida. Señor Martínez, espérate un momento. Tú vas a hablar con el intérprete cuando ella tiene chance, ¿ok?
Ujú.
Apaga su micrófono, por favor. Carmary Mixon. FTA. Malcolm Morgan. FTA. Essence Patterson.
Yes,
Ms. Patterson,
I'm online. Guilty.
thank you. Shelby Pilgrim. Thank you, ma'am. We'll come back to you. Roberto Santiago. FTA. Alan Sharp. Thank you, sir. Mr. Spratling. What's your plea, sir?
No low, sir.
Thank you. We got you. Corey Todd. Thank you, sir. Christopher Torres. FTA. Stephen Walker. Thank you, sir. Jeremy Washington Hewley. FTA. Frederick White. Thank you, sir. All right, that concludes the call of this calendar. Let me go on to another calendar. Dewan Blash Anderson. FTA.
I'm here, I'm sorry. Couldn't unmute.
You need to turn your camera on also, Mr. Blash.
Yes, sir.
Here you go. All right, what is your plea, sir?
No,
All right, we got you. Turn your microphone back off. We'll come back to you in a second. Marco Bosley. FTA. Rodney Brown. FTA. Jamae Coleman. FTA. Jose Garcia Trejo. That was a not guilty. Laura Moniz Navarro. FTA. Nequa Reynolds. FTA. Renee Ross or Angel Ross. Yeah, okay, not guilty. Thank you. Amani Stackhouse. You said Anne Marie? Oh, they misspelled that one. And David Walker. FTA. Whitney White. FTA.
Nolo.
Ms. White, you need to turn your camera on for me. You said Nolo, ma'am? Okay, we got you. All right, is there anybody present in court or on Zoom that did not hear their name called? Please raise your hand. Everybody here heard their name. All right. Yeah. So this paper usually stays in the screen of the window. I can just get my pages above my numbers. Actually, logistically, I would make more sense to me. It's not like that. It's not like that. Okay, Washington. So we only got one. Let's see if we mess this up. There is an attorney case. I think she was waiting on this client to come in. It was a not guilty, but I was waiting for police. Once it's good, that.
Ms. Stackhouse, let me have you come down here, young lady. How are you doing? It's been a while since I have seen you. I hope life's been treating you good. Human therapy. Now, what were you supposed to be bringing me today?
I'm supposed to be bringing you my grades
From,
from school.
I know what high school,
Forest Park.
Forest Park, and what grade?
11.
You just
I was-
completed 11th grade?
Yes, I was in 11.
So you're a rising senior in the fall?
Yes,
Okay. So you were bringing me your grades for the whole year or just for that second semester?
for the whole year.
Okay, and first of all, how did you do?
Well, sir, I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, you can lie to me if you'd like to.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay,
I dropped out at a high school because my living situation, me and my mother ended up being homeless, and
uh-huh.
I had to stop going to school because I have two younger siblings that need to be watched. So I stopped going to school to watch my siblings and tell them.
What did your mother do?
My mom, she works overtime at her job to help us get through her. So I just been working and trying to help my mom with that.
Listen to me.
I'm sorry, I just get emotional when
I know you do, but I need you to finish high school.
yeah.
Okay, it sounds like you got a lot on your plate, but I need you to finish high school. So tell me what's the plan to get you back in the high school?
My plan is I am actually in work source.
Okay,
I'm
which
getting
means
my
you'll get your GED.
yes,
Well, then you do it.
yeah, I'm getting my GED and I'm trying to go back to school so I can go to school for my cosmetology and get my diploma.
You know
So
you're really smart, don't you?
Yes, I
That's why I need
my
you to get back in school.
yes,
Okay. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to let circumstances now to define what the rest of your life should look like. You understand that?
yes, sir.
So you and your mom getting a little help with housing,
Yes.
and between the two of you all, how old are your younger siblings?
My sister, she just turned 10 yesterday, and my
She's
brother,
what, like fifth or sixth grade?
yes,
Okay,
and my brother, he's 7.
he's 7.
Yes.
I need you to finish school. Get your GED. So when will this program be over?
I just started, so it should
Do
be,
you have any proof to show me you started?
yes. I have
Alright.
proof on my phone.
Huh?
I have proof on my phone.
All right, now you know your generation loves to carry around stuff on their phone, but my generation likes paper.
Okay,
You do know that, though.
yes,
Yeah, so once you leave me, I'm gonna ask you to go ask the screen to print that, to show me that you have enrolled in this program.
okay.
Go ahead and pull it up. And you're thinking you will have your GED by when?
Wow.
When?
Oh, I think I will have my GED by in less than 4 months.
So if I reset your court date to December, you should come back here with a GED.
Yes,
And there have been no other issues since the last time I saw you, because the whole purpose of this was for me to be able to reduce this theft by shoplifting charge down, right?
yes, sir.
And I need for you to get it done for me to be able to do that now, okay? So today is gonna be your one day when you can come and tell me what's going on, but the next time I wanna see that GED.
Yes, sir.
You with me?
Yes, sir.
So Ms. Payton, let's give her a reset court date of December. Your mom? Come on down here, mom. How you doing? Good.
This is happening.
Oh, no, she,
Oh, okay.
explained to you, we had, she was trying to do the dual achievement program in Clayton County, but it took so long for them to get her paperwork in order, so that's why she went ahead and just went to with this program that she wanted out with.
I just want her to get this, because without this, her quality of life is just
Trust me, I know,
gonna come up
I'm
short.
I'm still working, I told her to get it, I said, we're gonna work together with this. I'm still.
I just
don't
want
have
to-
time.
I want you to get yours.
I'm getting it
Okay.
too. Yes, sir,
So why don't y'all come back in December?
yes, sir.
No more infractions.
Yes, sir.
You show me some paper when you come back in December.
All right, ladies and gentlemen that are on Zoom, I'm gonna start with you guys in just a second. I need to turn off the microphone real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm on mute.
Oh.
I can mute. Let me find mute.
Okay. I'm still getting an echo. Judge, you getting that?
That's because you're right next to me.
I can hear myself in the courtroom.
You want to break?
We'll take that.
All right, and I'm not gonna go in any particular order, folks on the Zoom, because my screen appears differently. So let me just start with Miss White. Whitney White, you can take your microphone off. All right, Ms. White, you indicated that you wanted to plead no to your
Yeah,
charges, failure to maintain insurance and proper right of lane change.
I
This
can't
was
hear
not,
you.
all right. Is that better?
Yeah,
Okay. You indicated you wanted to plead no to the 2 charges, failure to maintain insurance and improper erratic lane change. Were you involved in an accident?
yeah,
Okay. So I'm gonna verify that you're eligible for the NOLO. All right, you guys have to bear with us. We have one clerk in the courtroom who has to verify this information, and she's doing the judge and myself at the same time. So let me see if I can't just line these up. We'll check on your NOLO, Ms. White. Let me go on to,
My mute back, go back to mute.
yes, ma'am, you can go back on mute. So let's do Essence Patterson. Ms. Patterson, you indicated you wanted to plead guilty to the operating vehicle while texting and driving without a valid license. Do you have a current license?
I have my learners. I actually have an appointment set up for my driver's test, but because of the appointments, they're kind of all backed up. But I do have one currently coming up.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you plead guilty to this offense, that is going to suspend your license and stop you from being able to get your license. It's going to suspend your permit, and it's going to stop you from being able to get your license. So here's my suggestion. I can't tell you what to do, but I would suggest that you go ahead and get your license before you come back to court, because then we can work with the driving without a valid license ticket to keep your new license from being suspended. Do you want to do that?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So we're going to reset you. And did you put your email information into the chat? I don't necessarily think I gave everybody. You're on Zoom. Go ahead and enter your full name and your email address into the chat and send it to, I think it's FCMP, which is going to be Forest Park Municipal Court. Yep, FPMC. That's who you want to send your full name and email address to. So everybody go ahead and enter their email address and full name in there.
You received that from me?
Let me double check. Nope.
It didn't send to you?
It did not.
You said the one that say FPMC, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's sent. It's a direct message. It says it's sent at
Do this for me then.
Yeah,
Let
it
me.
says sent from my end.
Okay. More than likely they received it. Just in case they did not, let me, can you tell me what your email address is, Ms. Patterson?
Yes, sir. It's my first name, ESSCIENCE, and then the letter P, lowercase, the number 20 at gmail.com.
All right, so we're gonna send you a reset notice on this. Right now, you're pleading not guilty. So we're gonna email the information to you, you're gonna go ahead and check the not guilty and then send it back. You'll also have a reset date, which will be your new court date. Go ahead and make sure that you get your driver's license fully intact before you come back. That way we can try to keep you from losing it, all right? And so you can go ahead and disengage, and we'll see you back on your next court date. Make sure you look out for that email from the court on your new court date. Froze. All right, so let me go to Mr. Spratling here. Mr. Spratling, let me find you here.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Spratling, you indicated you wanted to plead nolo to your charge.
I will. Okay,
All right. Thank you, Mr. Patterson, Ms. Patterson. And so. So, Mr. Spratling, we're verifying the nolo on yours. If you can just stand by, we'll come back to you. Miss, well, what happened, Miss White? Did she log off? Okay. Adam, we can go ahead with your Mr. Blash.
Hey, Andres. How's it going this afternoon?
Good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Just got out of Forsyth, so that time sync is over. Mr. Blash's case is pretty old, but I was hoping that you might be able to help us out with the suspended license, just because he's got another one pending.
Broke up for a second there. I have Mr. Blash charged with failure to maintain insurance, expired plate, and stop sign violation.
Oh, I guess it was the insurance charge that we were needing a hand on. I think he's got another one pending. But this was for a couple of years ago, and I wasn't sure what they worked out, but I didn't know if we
Wait,
could
you
do a
said a
local
couple of years ago. I have this citation date is May 2022. So this was last year.
Oh. Okay.
And so I need to look at his history. Let me grab his history and then I'll come back to you.
All right, you were breaking up there for again. That might be on my. What did you need to check his history even what?
Yeah, I'm going to look at his history and then I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and so Mr. Spratling, let me go and check on your NOLO real quick. I'll come right back. All right, so Mr. Spratling, you are eligible for the NOLO. Your fine is $165.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to take care of that within 2 weeks, or do you need longer?
And I can handle it. I can take care of it in 2 weeks.
Okay. Let me just make sure that I got you down here. 2 weeks. And did you put your email into the chat, sir?
I don't even know how to get to the chat, sir.
That's all right. Go ahead and give me your email. I'll write it down real quick.
It's R as in Robert, Y as in yellow, T as in Tom, E as in elephant, and then R as in Robert, O as in orange, N as in Nancy, and G as in go at gmail.com.
All right, so that's rightwrong@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna send you an email. Huh?
Yes, sir. I said a lot of people don't get that.
It is pretty straightforward. We're gonna send you an email with the payment information. Just make sure you make that payment within 2 weeks, because if not, then they charge you an additional $200 for missing it. All right.
Oh Lord.
If you need longer, before that 2 weeks is up, call us and let us know, and then we'll switch it. But
Absolutely.
and so we'll send you the email. You're gonna plead NOLO. You're gonna fill out that form, and you're gonna email it back to us. And then just make sure you make the payment within 2 weeks. You'll be good to go. So you can go ahead and log off, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
So that is Mr. Spratling, and now we're at Mr. Blash. So Adam, what happened to Adam? Okay. Looks like Mr. Adam got logged off. Let me see if I need to let him back in.
Also understanding waiving your right to waive trial.
Ms. White?
Yeah,
All right, I think you got kicked off there. So you are eligible for the NOLO. Your total fine is $720. Are you able to take care of that within 2 weeks, or do you need longer?
I need longer. I just started back working.
All right, so we'll do more than 2 weeks. Can you go ahead and give me your email so we can make sure that we email you the payment arrangement information? Did you freeze up on me? There you go.
Whitney, WHITTNEY 160 at my first name, WHITTNEY 160 at gmail.com.
Okay, we're going to email you your plea form where you're going to enter the NOLO plea. It's also going to give you instructions on how to make the payment over time. Just make sure you follow those instructions, okay?
Okay.
Did you get? All right, so you can go ahead and log off, ma'am. Just look out for that email.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Adam.
Hey, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so we have 3 citations. I'm looking at your client's history. Mr. Blash mainly has on here failing to appear for court. A couple of suspensions based on that. Do we have current insurance information that we can provide?
Yeah, I believe. Blash, you do have insurance, right?
I have the insurance, but I'm getting rid of the car, so I no longer have insurance.
I just need
Do
to
you have
show
that?
coverage after May 7th of 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you you can email me those, Anderson? I'll text you my email.
Okay.
Then the tag, which it says expired on February 2022. Did you obtain a tag after that point?
No, I did not, because I was getting the car worked on, so I wasn't driving it.
So you never got a tag put on there?
No, I no longer drove the car after that day.
You couldn't get it to pass emissions, right? That's why you're selling it.
Yes.
So I can't do much about that one. If you give me the insurance, which is going to be the highest one, 585, I can show you to no proof.
Okay, yeah, that'll be perfect to avoid that second no insurance. And then, are y'all at 125 for the tag, or is it a registration ticket?
The tag is 135. The stop sign is 135. And then the no proof I'll mark down to 250.
Anyway, we can do a basic rules on the stop sign since there was no accident.
Not with his history, no.
You got my text, Anderson? Gosh.
Yes.
Okay. If you'll email me over that insurance document, I'll send that to our solicitor. It looks like total fines and fees, let me do the math real quick. So 380, 390 plus, what was the stop sign? 155?
The stop sign is 135.
So you're looking at, it looks like $525. But it wouldn't suspend your license.
Okay.
The only thing that would go on there would be 3 points for the stop sign violation.
So I would have my license back after today.
So Adam, what are we resetting him to get the insurance information to us?
I'm sending it over now.
Yeah, we can do that if you want. I was thinking that if he's emailing it to me right now, I can forward it on to you.
That's fine. Yeah,
I don't know if
that's
he's
fine.
got the I don't know if he's got the 525 today. I just texted him in the background to see if he can pay it today. We might be able to close it. If not, then he might need the payment
Well,
over time.
we'll give him up to 2 weeks to pay it if he can pay within 2 weeks. If not, then we'll place him on probation if he needs longer.
Okay. Give him 1 second to answer, and I'll come right back to you.
Sure.
So, Andreas, if he needs longer than 2 weeks, it's probation.
Call me later.
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
if he needs longer than 2 weeks, he's placed on probation, but it's pay only probation. So as long as he, takes care of it, whenever he takes care of it, it ends.
He seemed to indicate from his text that he wanted to accept the offer. Just signing up with probation is not something he can start today.
No, so what we would do is we're going to email him the documents for him to enter his NOLO pleas, and he's going to send that back to the court. Then he's also going to get information on contacting probation for the payments. And once he makes contact with them, they'll give him instructions on all of it.
Okay. I think that's what he wants to do, but let me go and get this information emailed over to you, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Walter? How are you doing, Walter?
Hey, I just forwarded you that email from him. It's a progressive policy. To your Gmail account.
All right, I got it. So do need an email address for your client so we can forward that information. Is that going to be the one that you forwarded it from?
Sorry, yeah, the Gmail one, but I was just copying it real quick. I'll send it to Yolanda under the chat. And to you. But yeah, it's the Gmail account. I just put it in the chat.
Okay. All right, Adam, you guys can go ahead and disengage. We'll send him the information on how to get in touch with probation for those payments.
Okay.
Okay. We have
call him
the
and
one on Zoom.
Yeah,
You're waiting on me.
no, I mean, I'm ready to do this. Oh, no, we're waiting for the judge?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The judge can take it in there. That's
Thank you,
okay.
Andres.
Yeah, we can take it in there. Thank you. All right, thanks, Adam. Señor Martínez. Ok, si me escuchas, nosotros vamos a hacer su caso con el juez, con el intérprete también, pero voy a entrar en la corte y ellos te van a llamar para hablar aquí del caso tuyo. ¿Cómo se va a declarar el caso? ¿Culpable, no culpable o no lo contendré?
Culpable.
Ok, está bien. Ok, yo te voy a ver en un momento ahí en la corte.
Se va a conectar donde ahí. Allí mismo.
Yes. Buenas tardes, señor Martínez.
Buenas tardes.
Okay, are we ready for Mr. Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
He's charged with failure to yield and driving without a valid license. What is his plea to the failure to yield charge?
El señor Martínez lo acusan por no ceder el paso cuando entraba a la carretera y también por manejar sin licencia. ¿Cómo se declara el cargo de no ceder el paso cuando entró a la carretera?
No, pues culpable, no la miré, la mera verdad.
The truth is that I didn't take a look at it, so I'm guilty.
What is his plea to driving without a valid license?
¿Y cómo se declara el cargo de manejar sin licencia válida?
No, pues tan culpable.
Well, yes, I'm also going to plead guilty to that.
Does he understand that by entering into the guilty plea, he's doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Usted entiende que declararse culpable a estos dos cargos, usted está haciendo esto sin el asesoramiento de un abogado, ¿entendió eso?
Sí,
Yes.
Does he also understand that by entering into the plea that he's waiving his right to a trial?
También entienda que al declararse culpable, usted renuncia al derecho a tener un juicio, ¿entendió eso?
sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Is he entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
Sí,
Yes.
And does he believe it is in his best interest to enter into the plea?
¿Y usted considera que lo que más le conviene es declararse de esta manera, culpable?
sí,
Yes.
Tell him that the court will accept his guilty plea to both charges. On the traffic offense, let him know that fine is $200 on the failure to yield.
El juez
And on
acepta,
the driving without a valid license, that fine is $795. Total fine, $995.
el juez acepta su declaración de culpable. En el cargo de no ceder el paso son $200 de multa. En el cargo de no tener una licencia válida y manejar sin licencia válida son $795 de multa, para un total combinado de $995 por las dos multas.
ujú, está bien.
That's fine.
Is he able to pay that in 2 weeks, or does he need to be placed on probation to pay it?
¿Usted puede pagar esto a más tardar en 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas para ponerlo en libertad vigilada? ¿Qué quiere hacer?
No, pues de una vez quería pagarlo.
I could pay it right now once.
Is he here at the courthouse?
¿Se encuentra aquí cerca del tribunal?
No ando trabajando, pero a lo mejor
Oh,
mañana.
Miss Payton is saying she will send him a link and he can pay online.
Okay. He said that he could come tomorrow and pay, pero la secretaria le va a mandar una liga.
Is the last 4 numbers of your phone number 9136?
9136, Your Honor.
Yes, ask him if that's the last 4 numbers of his phone number.
Okay, su número de teléfono, los últimos dígitos del número de teléfono son 9136.
Sí,
Yes. Entonces le van a mandar una liga o un link para que usted pueda pagar en línea, ¿ok? Si quiere pagar en línea, para que pague en línea, lo puede hacer. Pero tiene, o si no
Tell
puede,
him his case has been adjudicated. The fine is $995, and Miss Payton will advise him now on payment.
136.
su caso ya ha sido, ya se dictó el fallo, son 995, y la señora secretaria le va a mandar una email o un mensaje para decirle cómo es que va a pagar, y le van a mandar una liga para que pueda pagar por correo, por línea, ¿ok?
Ujú, parece muy bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna text him the link, okay? If
Ella lo
not
está
today, it'll be tomorrow.
Okay. Ella le va a mandar la liga para que pueda pagar por línea, se la va a mandar por texto, si no se la manda hoy, más tardar mañana.
Ok,
Okay? And if he cannot pay online, can he pay in person tomorrow and pay? Okay. Si usted no puede pagar en línea, puede venir en persona a pagar a partir de mañana.
ok, está muy bien.
Okay, that's fine, that's good.
I like the clock. It's just be bold.
Can he be dismissed, Miss Payton? Ya se puede retirar, ok. Asegúrese de pagar en línea o pagar en persona.
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
Thank you.
Thinking of that, you're probably about they didn't give you a computer when you were in school. They didn't be one either.
At all.
You know how heavy computers were when I was in school?
You know, what it does.
Threw it away.
You know, what
Oh, get the-
Really catch you down down.
Yeah.
Up and under. Yep. No.
She got regular labels on her. She's an old soul. She's from Michigan. And, you know,